maybe less than 1% of any type of power to pull any strings or to make anything happen. So even this I like Bernie, and I think Bernie means well, and I think he's sincere, but I really don't see him having the power to overrun multi-corporate or even like, the Federal Reserve, the big banks. Come on, man, he's on his last breath. If we're being honest, he looks a bit decrepit.
Like he's on stilts. I'm sorry. But when he walks like he's kind of facing forward a little bit, like the wind is hitting him from behind. And sometimes it literally looks like he's like only 2 feet tall. I don't know if I can take him seriously.
I mean, I like Bernie. I like what he stands for. I like the whole idea of Bernie, but it does look like he's moving with invisible strings.
Yes.
Like an actual puppet.
Yeah, and
I like how Bernie woke up. I liked how Bernie woke up a whole entire group of people.
The millennials.
I really liked how that happened.
Yes,
I thought that was amazing because, it's really hard when you feel like you don't fit into society at all. And that age group, it's like they're stuck in between this and this, and they feel like they were just at that point where they're trying to belong. And then he came along, and it's like, yes, that makes so much sense because we can't keep doing what we're doing because, hell, in 20, 30 years, we're going to have a huge issue going on. Nobody can make a living. Kids are living with their parents for a reason. It just can't keep going like this, and people aren't going to survive very much longer. So, I like that he woke them up enough to start thinking of these things in a futuristic approach, and it scares the shit out of the older generation because that's not what we're founded on, blah, blah, blah. Well, you know what, buddy? The Constitution was written a long frickin' time ago, and I don't really think it works for our society right now. I'm just going to say that.
I agree.
I don't even know if he woke them up or as opposed to giving them an outlet.
Yeah, a voice.
Because, these young folks are already on some, like, we're going to do whatever the fuck we're going to do energy. Like, there's not, they're just, like, having a ripple effect from how we were. Mm-hmm. But even more so because they are completely on this wavelength of I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
And if anybody gives a fuck about me, I'm going to jump on board with and I'm a big Yang fan. I was huge. I thought Andrew Yang was like, he brought all the great ideas that would excite this young crowd, this young level of people that are actually coming into the arena of awareness.
I think that the reason that Bernie speaks to them more than Andrew Yang is simply because Bernie's been around a lot longer in their mind than Andrew Yang. And I know Andrew Yang's been around, but Bernie's been in politics. So I think maybe it's partially that, so partially exposure. And I think, and I could be wrong, we got to get a millennial on here because I'm a couple years too old to answer this question because I'm not a millennial. But if we got them on here, we could ask them. But I think it has something to do with helping.
You don't have any children like dancing outside your window that you can ask?
Thank God, no. Thank God, no. No little children. I would ask them anyway.
None of them tapping on your window like, hey, I got answers.
That's the worst nightmare. That's my worst nightmare ever. Little kids freak me out, and then especially those little kids.
What was that show? There was a show that Salem's Lot. Ooh,
oh my God!
Did you ever go? Oh, that shit was hilariously evil.
Yeah, it was evil. Yeah, that one was. That one. Salem's Lot was good, but Pet Cemetery. Pet Cemetery was good.
Not as scary as Salem's Lot. Salem's Lot had me looking at it the whole time through my fingers.
I loved that one. I remember growing up, being a real little kid watching that one. And you know what one really got me?
Scary shit.
Children of the Corn.
Halloween.
Fucked my head up.
Halloween. Oh, yeah. Children of the Corn was, that was pretty scary.
Yeah, that one. The cult stuff. Yeah.
And Exorcist. Oh, Jesus.
Scary. Super scary.
Jesus.
We got to review some horror movies.
I don't know. It's so crazy.
That kept me in the Catholicism. I was like, all right, okay, that shit can happen for real. Okay, okay. What did you say, Miss Nunn? Okay,
I'm gonna listen. They're the only ones that can protect me from these demons. Yeah. Exorcism of Emily Rose was good too.
See, I haven't started getting scared. I've never been scared of a horror movie. The only horror movie that ever got to me was the original 1968 or 62 version of Night of the Living Dead. That is the only movie that ever creeped me out. And I think it's probably because, like, I don't know, I really feel like at some point I experienced zombies, whether I lived in Hawaii when that whole thing happened. I don't know. I just know that I know zombies can exist.
Well, this is really crazy. Because I'm obsessed with zombies. I've watched every zombie miniseries, if it's worth a shit, and all the movies. And I became obsessed, really obsessed in 2003 with the remake of Dawn of the Dead when they were in that mall. That was so good. It just blew me away. And of course, that was 17 years now ago. But I feel like, Crystal, that I also have lived, and I'll just take a look psychically really quickly since we're talking about it, because I've never met anyone who said that they've lived with zombies or they think they've had a past life with zombies. So, and I feel that way. So I'm going to look. Might as well. It's on the table.
Isn't that our society now?
Exactly. Close enough. Very close. But what they're showing me for me, and they're saying, Crystal, this is you too, and Bo, they're saying the type of rogue souls that like to incarnate in this up to your eyes and ego incarnation that we've chosen this time are often people who have done apocalyptic, kind of went through the end of the world, went through viruses and bacteria. So they're saying, yes, maybe not exactly like the television shows you're talking about, but yes, there's been several lives where all of you on the line right now have experienced plague, so virus, lots of rampant virus, death, and just sickness, and then also end of the world, and those sometimes might have collided. So they're saying, and they are saying that there are some dimensions where people have messed around with the dead, kind of like Pet Cemetery, and they messed around with the dead, and then they created like this other species or breed, Frankenstein-y kind of thing, and then they kind of did what we think that our computers and machines are going to do, which is kind of start to take over a little bit. And they're saying, so there are, and they're saying, especially us on the line, we love invention, we love stretching the limits, we get bored because we're old souls. So we are like, what can we get ourselves into? It's cool, that zombie land down there. Excellent, yeah. But they're saying, yeah, all of us have incarnated and experienced what we would probably call a zombie apocalyptic kind of situation. And my favorite part of these apocalyptic zombie movies is the pillaging. I'm obsessed with it. I'm like, I would go through every house and get everything I need, and I would hoard it, and I would like build an empire, and I would have all the food and all the crystals and all the booze and weed, and that's all I would gather. But I'm obsessed with the pillaging. So there's definitely lives where I've pillaged to survive a lot. This
is actually funny because I feel like same. I have too, and I'm not about that life anymore. I'm like, fuck it. If there's a zombie apocalypse, I am gonna take the largest dose of heroin I can and just go to fucking sleep because I'm not dealing with that nonsense anymore. Funny enough, my son and I made a pact when he was 5. He wants to off himself too. He actually came to me and told me that if there was ever a zombie apocalypse, he wants to die. And I was like, he is my son right there. That's when I knew I was not, he wasn't switched at birth. That right there said everything.
Well, it's fight or flight. And if you
what if it's just like somebody in a mask and they approach you and you're like, okay, kill us. And then you guys kill yourself.
Hell no.
And
if it's
he takes the mask off and he's like, I was just kidding.
No, see, that'd have to be a really good mask because I read energy. So I'm going to tell whether or not it's an actual zombie or not. I'll be like, get away from me, you fucking retard. Excuse my French, but come on now. Get away from me with that nonsense.
Right.
You can't eat my brains.
All right.
You know, go ahead.
No, at some point in time, like there's a where you just don't care anymore, right?
Meaning in life or to incarnate?
No, if zombies are taking over,
Mm-hmm.
And you know that you've been through life over and over again, fucking let them have it, right?
So you're siding with Crystal and her son.
It's just a physical thing, but at the same time, like, what am I gonna be on just a different conscious level if I defeat the zombies? If I kill all the zombies now, okay, I'm still living, and I gotta scavenge because I'm a vegan, so I'm not gonna eat the fucking zombies. So I gotta
scavenge for rotten vegetables,
tree bark and shit, whatever the fuck I can. But I'm saying that that's my existence.
Man. Yeah,
right? That's my existence now.
Like, you don't only have to worry about the zombies up front, though, because up front, like, they're going to be really a lot of zombies. If you think about it, it's going to take a while to dwindle down and let them start dying off themselves, because eventually they'll turn into jerkies, so movies are not correct. But at the same time, like, you know, you got to think of that, and then afterwards, it's not the zombies, because you're going to get into this motion where you're just going to know you're going to go outside and you're going to come up with somebody you're going to have to axe in the head. It's the people that are still alive that have formed different colonies and groups and people, and you're going to have to worry about them. And I just don't. I'm bored with that. I just go away.
You know.
Walking Dead. I thought that was a good take on that until it got to season 8 and 9.
Yeah,
and
I agree.
Like, I'm done with this shit.
I watched it from season 1 to 7, but then I let it go.
Aren't they done?
And it was great.
I think
it was great. For that, when it had my attention, it was great. It was like, whoa, shit! That it was very fucking impressive. But after it wasn't, it's like Dexter. Dexter, I could watch the first 6 seasons of Dexter, and then it got to like episode 7 in season 6, and it's just like, okay, I'm done. This is cheesy now.
I think that you're seeing a pattern. I think they should maybe, unless it's exceptionally good, I think they should cut off after 6 or 7 seasons because it just gets ridiculous.
Yeah, like fucking Game of Thrones.
Did you guys watch that?
Don't get me
on
Game of Thrones.
That last season was so disappointing.
I was angry.
I was too. I was heartbroken.
I was pissed.
Oh my God, you guys! Are you serious?
It was the greatest show ever. Greatest show ever.
The way until
and then that last season was so
Oh my
garbage.
God!
It's like they rushed through it and all right, let's just get it done. No, hurry up. All right, let's push it out there. I don't care about a script. Just just execute it. They should have had I don't know if you read the books, and everybody tells me I'm a horrible human because that's how the books ended, but I don't care. They should have rewritten the ending.
Yeah.
Because
the books weren't even out. The books weren't out. He didn't have that episode finished. He was he had 5 or 6 books done, and it went to 7 or 8 books. But he didn't have it finished, so they just came up with whatever the fuck they could.
Yeah, I wasted so many seasons of my life on that damn show. Ugh.
Terrible. But it was a great show, the best show ever up until that last season.
Oh.
The last season was so disappointing, I don't even want to talk about it right now.
I still go back and watch Red wedding scenes and reactions. That's the best. Wow. Watching people react to that, it cracks me up.
Oh,
you guys,
amazing.
This show went so quickly, and we have to end, and I appreciate everyone for showing up. This is Third Eye Political Radio, and you have been listening to Beyond Politics. Notice the beyond, because we don't just stick with politics. We go way out. But this is our good friend Crystal, and we had the amazing Bo Micadelic, and then, of course, me, Jennie McDaniel. You can find us all on Facebook. Tell us what you think. Leave comments. Like and follow. Thanks, you guys. We'll do this again, no doubt, because we have more to talk about. I think you guys should tell me about the seasons of Game of Thrones so I don't have to watch it. I think you guys should give me the Cliff Notes But we'll make that maybe a 2-part series there. But I appreciate you guys. Everyone have a lovely evening, and until next time, check out our network. We've got lots of